Oh, there you are. This little wide angle lens is possibly the best vlogging lens and the best lens to get unique angles like this. And being able to get really unique angles can level up your storytelling to improve your videos. And that's why today we're gonna talk about the Laowa 10mm f2.8 0D lens. Let me just pull this off so I can show you. This lens really is so much fun to use. At 10mm, you get this insanely wide field of view that makes spaces feel bigger than they actually are, but it also offers that unique perspective that you don't see all the time. To me, this is the perfect vlogging lens. Instead of having to hold your arm out all the way to vlog like you do with some lenses, you can actually bring it in closer and still get, the entire area behind you in frame because it's so wide. So it's actually more comfortable to vlog because you can actually hold it closer to your face instead of having to extend your arm all the way out. So this just makes it a really cool vlogging lens. I've used this lens vlogging several times, and to me, I love the way the footage turns out. Yes, it's 10mm, which is a little bit wider than what you would normally use. Normally you would be using like a 16-35. So that 10mm is a lot wider, but I think it gives like a really fun and cool perspective to the vlog. I used it on a trip that I went to for DC, and to me, it just makes these places look even cooler, which it's also good for architecture. So if you're wanting to take some artistic shots of architecture, I think this lens is a really fun lens to have in your bag. I wouldn't necessarily use it for real estate because I feel like it would make spaces feel bigger than they actually are. But for architecture and vlogging, it really is pretty much the perfect lens. You can even switch over and snap some really cool photos that you don't normally see that really, it's like kind of opening your phone and going to that ultra wide. It gives that type of 0.5 vibe. The autofocus is actually really decent with this lens. I'll show you some tests on screen here, but it's not going to measure up to like Sony or Canon, whatever you're using. Like the original brand lenses are obviously going to be a little bit better, but to be a third-party lens, it does remarkably well for autofocus. Now here's a really fun side-by-side comparison. We have the 24mm versus the 10mm. I just think this is so hilarious. They're side by side, so the 10mm is literally showing the 24mm in the frame. I'll show you what this setup looks like. So I just have them, side by side. The difference between 24mm and 10mm is ridiculous. It's literally so much wider. I was gonna compare it to like a 16mm, but I sold my 16-35, so I don't have anything that's closer to compare. But 24 to 10 is just such a crazy huge difference. Here's the 10mm during a little vlogging test so you can tell the difference between the 24mm and the 10mm while you're actually using it to vlog. And then this is using the 24mm to vlog. I'm having to hold it a lot further out, and this lens is a lot heavier, so this is almost more awkward for me. I would have to switch arms kind of a lot to be able to vlog with a heavier setup like this. This is also my FX3 compared to my A7C II, so it is heavier all the way around. But the Sigma 24-70 is definitely a beefier lens. But this is 24mm versus the 10mm on a vlogging test. Now, this is a 0D lens, which means it's zero distortion. So if you look at the different lines in the room, you'll see that they're not bowed or giving that fisheye look. That's because of that zero distortion. Now, because it's this wide, it's not gonna be super flattering to use for like close-ups because your face is gonna look kind of warped and weird. But again, it does give like a really unique angle. And also if you move towards the edges of the frame, the faces will kind of warp even more. So if you tend to be on kind of like one side of the frame or the other, you might start to look a little bit weird. Kind of see that I'm kind of like looking a little bit stretched here on the edges. That's the only thing to note, but that's like with any wide angle lens. And this classifies as like super wide angle. So you have to expect a little bit of distortion. But it is really cool that it's zero distortion and you can still have your straight lines. That's one thing that I really love about this and what makes it good for architecture. You can also put NDs on the front, which I think is really cool. You do have to be careful though that you thread it correctly or you will get a little bit of vignetting in the corners. That happened to me on my DC trip, but you can also correct it in post. I just think it's so cool that you can actually put ND filters on this. That way you can stick with your f2.8 aperture, still get some blurry background, but you can get your exposure right with a variable ND. And you have to take into consideration, this lens is only $800. It's under $1,000, which is incredible to me. It's such a fun little prime lens. You can get the most unique angles with it, really cool point of view, really good for vlogging, really good for architecture. And it's one of those lenses that just kind of brings your creativity to life. Now, this is definitely not one of those lenses you're gonna use for every single shoot. This is one of those fun lenses that you pull out to get unique angles, bring a little extra something to your story, and maybe add an angle to your video that wasn't possible before. I mean, like, probably wasn't possible because this is one of the widest angles, and it's one of the first ones from Laowa with autofocus. So technically, like, the whole combo maybe necessarily wasn't actually possible before, but anyway. Another thing I love about this lens is that it has a really close focus distance. So I can get so super close to the lens and like, it's still in focus. I'm gonna pull out my phone so I can show you how close I'm actually getting. This is how close I'm getting, and my eye is still in focus. My glasses are touching. This cannot be okay. There's no way. There's no way that this is real. I'm like looking at the monitor to see if my eye's in focus. It's totally still in focus. That's insane. Anyway, it has really good close focusing. If you had like a lens you're wanting to show off and you're talking about this and you want to show it, it can focus really close and then boom, come back to you. This is also a really good test of the autofocus. It's cool. Like I'm not saying you should buy it, but you might. I'm not gonna tell you to buy it. I'm not gonna like tell you to buy it. So let me know in the comments down below if you're gonna be picking up one of these little wide angle lenses. I'll drop a link so that you can check that out. It's only $800. It's incredibly fun to use and it's super useful. Possibly one of the best vlogging lenses. To me, this has just been one of those lenses that has brought alive the fun of kind of getting some creative shots again. And I'm not that person that's like buy every piece of gear that comes out, but I do think that there is something to be said for buying a piece of gear that inspires you to create better stories. And for me, that's what this lens does. I want to pick it up, I want to play with it, and it also opens that door to vlog where I might not because it's so much easier. And there's just no way to get that wide angle look that you sometimes want for things without having a good wide angle lens. So I'll drop a link in the description. Let me know in the comments though if you're thinking about picking this up. They also came out with a 12mm version of this, which I would also probably want to try out in the future, the 10mm versus the 12mm. But drop a comment, let me know if you're picking one of these up. And if you like this video, be sure to check out this video right over here where I talk about the Sigma 24-70 and another really cool lens that you might be interested in if you like primes.